Give me a D and a G. It's the Dawg and Gus Show. It's the Dawg and Gus Show.
Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show.
Now on Be Kind Radio.
Yes, it is.
Very nice. What we got going on there, Dog?
We're going to chat with a couple of members of AV and the Inner City.
What is up?
Hey, folks.
Now she's not chatty.
Oh, I know. It was like,
Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to say, and I'm one of those members, but I thought, yes, I am.
well,
I'm
we
the leader
hope so.
of
We
AV
assume
Inner
so.
City.
Yeah. How did you get in here? Is what we'd ask.
I just put my name.
All right.
Could have been anyone.
Yep. So let's start from the top. Who is AV and the Inner City, and how did the group come together?
Should I take that one, Myra?
I think you should. I'm pretty fresh to the whole AV in the Inner City, so Anne would be the best to give you the background for sure.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We're sort of a collective of writers and songwriters who all have their own projects and different careers going on. And then during the pandemic, my whole thing is that I was doing a lot of international touring. But then, of course, in the pandemic, I wasn't. And so I live in the Inner City. That's where I am right now. I'm in my old Edmonton. And one Sunday, I just put my keyboard out on the front porch with a little sound system and started singing some songs for the neighborhood because I didn't really know what else to do with myself. And then so people came to listen because there was nothing else to do, as you probably recall, in April of 2020. Where there's a lot of walking traffic and a lot of people who, let's say, just say it this way, live outside all the time. And so that was a built-in audience, but also people from all over the city came. And as I did it week by week, more and more people came, and then singers started joining me just because they could be physically more than 2 meters distanced on either side of me on my wide porch. And so we started this tradition of doing porch concerts every Sunday, and we did more than 60 of them over the 2 years. Oh.
Cool.
Wow. Super cool.
Very. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. That was a weird time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and especially for artistic people who need to have their outlet and express themselves, and you can't do that in a bar because we're not allowed to be there.
That's true.
So,
or a studio or anywhere.
Yeah.
A mall.
Yeah, a mall. Myra, when did you join the Inner City and AV in the Inner City?
I joined around the summertime of just this year. I guess this would have been the very first time that Anne was able to actually audition for singers to join the group. We had a couple of members who were moving on to doing some other projects and just different phases of their life. So she needed to fill those spots and also bring in a couple of people who are on the wings waiting to be able to be substituted in case we need. So I auditioned successfully in the summer, and she immediately started taking me all around Alberta, and we started going to Folk Fest and
hears music a
Bear
bit
Creek
differently.
Folk Fest, and I've really been exposed to a lot of the
soul,
live music scene that way through
of course,
AV in the Inner
secular
Very cool.
development out of
awesome.
the African American.
How would you describe your sound to someone who's never heard your music before?
Genre, or I guess you could say genre, but very, very vocal.
Sure.
Vocal oriented and pretty minimalistic instrumentation, just quite centered on vocals. Time to go outfit shopping. Yes. Yeah, I have a lot of questions.
We've been described as just recently we were described as the Edmonton version of the Spice Girls. I don't know how accurate that is, but Jen said, I think. But I don't know, which spice would I be? I'm not sure. But I would say it's an all-female mini soul choir. Yeah, and we all
that's
come
cool.
from different
That's a-
backgrounds. There's a lot of R&B influence, a lot of soul, gospel roots.
Yeah, we got
There's
that.
some
I got
roots.
that for sure.
Yeah. An insane amount of harmonies, 6-part harmonies sometimes, which is pretty fun to be part of.
Uh,
I would think so.
Yeah.
It would be such a cool sound too, right? Like it
well,
is
when I
such a cool
started the
sound.
group,
We've listened to a bit of it.
how
It's
this
like such an
developed is
interesting.
just that like we didn't just
mix.
people
I
would
love
come
that.
sing with me. It was like a jam.
I
like
wanted.
I played.
I
like,
was
just
reading your
started,
bio,
Like,
and it's
as I
like
described how I
6
started, I was playing
singer
songs that I was going to be
songwriters.
playing on the
I'm
record
like,
that I was
in my
planning
head,
on
my first
releasing
question
at that
is,
time by touring it.
who gets
which
to
of course
pick when
I
they
didn't
sing?
do, so I
Like,
just
who gets to
played it
sing
on my
this and who
voice
sings
instead.
this, and
And
how do you
then
decide something like
so I
that?
just playing the
AV.
songs, and people were like,
AV
"Hey, can
is
I
in
sing a
charge?
song
AV decides
too with
that.
you?" And so it was just like people making up harmonies on my music. And it wasn't really until about a year later that we started getting some when we were allowed to start doing small outdoor gigs again because of the pandemic restrictions. That's when I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to take these gigs, these little gigs, outdoor gigs that I'm being offered this summer with me?" And because I was way more interested in having those voices with me than not. At that point, I was getting really used to it and really digging it. So then the group formed, and then I was like, well, we should probably rehearse. Like, it's pretty loose. Like, it's very loose. So, like, we should, and so I started writing quick arrangements for everybody to kind of make sure that we had, several parts and going on. And then we started getting opportunities like more and more as the pandemic restrictions went away and as our name got known. And at the time, I started just at first running the whole group really democratically and getting input about every single decision and every single thing. And everyone was like, "Anne, that's just too many messages, and you just decide." And I was like, "But I feel like a dictator." And like, "Yeah, just be a dictator." Like everyone was like, "Just be a dictator. It's fine." I was like, "Okay." So I don't know. A lot of consultation. As it is, our group text can get a little unhinged. Yeah. There's a lot of things to ask and communicate about and a lot of that. But so it for the efficiency of getting things done. Pardon me? Yeah.
Yeah, we'd rather. Otherwise, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. This is definitely a project. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm trying to be trustworthy and if
a little
someone's like,
unhinged.
"I
Sometimes
really have a
we'll
problem
say.
with something," I hear them out and deal with it. Yeah,
I think
that's why we have all these new
you need a
members.
leader, though, right? You need a
Just
leader.
kidding.
Yeah, of course. You need a leader, though, right? Like you need to, like. I'm sure everybody was looking at you like, no, just be the
Guess
leader
what?
here. We all have the same vision, so we
I forgot to
agree.
tell you
So
that part of
we
the
trust
audition,
you,
Myra.
and
It's weird I
just
forget
get it
to
done,
mention that
right?
little detail.
They're
out.
They get decapitated, right? It's a dictatorship, so
That's it.
It's like
Exactly.
That's it. You're like making the sign there. Call in the lefty. Let's go. This person's out. You're in.
yeah.
Yeah, our biggest
Well,
problem Go
It
ahead.
is AV.
We can joke. We're laughing.
No, but you know what I was going to
laughing.
say, but then I was like, oh my god. I was going to
Oh,
say
yeah.
our biggest
I
problem
figured-
is
I
interrupting
figured.
each other.
Honestly,
and then
she's
I
a
did-
fantastic leader,
did that.
though. It was very clear the audition process, and she had all of the documents ready at the go, and it was very easy to jump right into the choir because she knew exactly what she wanted, and expectations were laid out very clearly. Rehearsals are great, and everyone gets along really, really well. So, for the short amount of time it's been pretty good. Yep, that's it. That's it.
Perfect. On cue.
Yeah, that's a skill though, because we've been doing this for a while, and
Okay, I'll take this one.
we realized that we
you can
do
say
that
some
too
stuff
at
right
points when
after.
we first started
How's
this.
that,
We were
Myra?
like, because we were so excited to ask a question
Okay.
that we were interrupting the person talking because we didn't want to forget.
Yeah, it's true. We sort
Okay,
of.
so-
I remember we had like
What
a
was the
team
question?
meeting. I was like, we have to like slow down. Like we ask the question and then allow it to happen, and then come back. If I could just give you any advice as far as to not interrupt anymore, that'd be perfect. I'm just kidding. Your music like feels like it carries a real purpose. What stories or themes are you trying to tell with it?
Especially for this group, now that I'm actually writing material with the group in mind, which is a development
Sure.
of how it started, like I mentioned
That sounds
before.
great.
I think about the actual timbre and sound of the ranges of the voices of the people in the group. But I also think about our origin story of coming from
You're a fearless
leader.
This is great.
singing
Little cadence
together
would
in a
be good.
weird
Let's go
time where
here.
people were,
Your music
looking
feels like
for
it carries
connection and
like real
community
purpose.
and
So like,
the power of
what
music that
stories or
is,
themes are you trying to tell with it?
so universal but also so ancient in humanity, and kind of, I guess for me, it's always been a thing that I believed, is that we as a species have done music communally for hundreds of thousands of years, as far back as anyone can imagine. Some of the oldest archaeological things that people made, or musical instruments. So I kind of feel like sometimes, because, and understandably, of the secularization of society, that we don't really do as much singing and music together in communities as in the past, at least maybe in the West. And so I kind of believe in trying to at least keep that element alive, even if we're understandably questioning some of the organized religion and the baggage of that. So, and then our group has sort of got individual stories, and not that everyone's or anyone's is really particularly very anecdotally told in our music. People, I think, can feel that we're bringing your own, kind of cathartic energy to the music that we sing, and I think it's powerful for people to get that. I'm done now.
Okay, I will do my best. Like I said, I'm pretty fresh to the group, but there's a lot of focus on, in our name, the inner city. So, especially with the release of our latest EP, we have a couple songs on there, especially "Running Out of Places to Put the Poor," running out of places, and it talks about. It's a, would I say dystopian? It's a little bit of a dystopian type song, talking a lot about, the disparity of wealth. Or am I using the right words? Are the right words coming out of my mouth?
Yes.
Just,
Yep.
there's so much disparity in how the distribution of wealth is, and there's so much excess on one side of the scale, and then at the same time, looking out onto Anne's front porch where everything started, you see the opioid drug crisis walking around right in front of you. There's all kinds of crime and terrible things happening just outside the street that we are seeing, that that she just really wants to bring attention to that. And all of us ladies coming together from such different backgrounds. We have Indigenous, Black, LGBTQ, refugees, people who are first, second, third generation Canadians here, all coming together and singing, and who met honestly really just by happenstance. Aside from myself, I was auditioned, but you know, we all come from very different backgrounds, and we're not all super incredibly wealthy or anything like that, but we also don't come from, well, I can speak for myself, I guess. I didn't come from the other end of the scale as well. So am I answering the question? Am I just going
Yeah,
on?
that's great.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah, no,
what I'm getting from all that is like that's as Canadian as you can get, right? It's like every bit and piece of our beautiful country
really
is made up of people that are from every community or every race or every religion or every sex or what every preference or whatever, right? It's so important to remember that, and I think that a lot of that empathy of class has gone away. You know, it's like I need this and I'm gonna get it all and I'm gonna take it all, and then you watch people that are. My uncle was a street person, and it's you see how the disparity is there for sure. And when I was helping out at the mission and stuff like that, it gives you perspective. It gives you like
No offense to the Spice Girls.
a view of the world that is you know, you have it pretty good compared to others, right? It's just sort of keeps the balance in your own mind
really
and your own heart. So I think that's what
For sure.
I got from that, which I really appreciate. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you. I'd also like to just point out too that just the origin of the whole group is
You want to go viral?
it
you
wasn't
better
something
just
that,
achieve
you know,
it.
like I said, began as an audition. It was literally people coming together to offer music to a part of the population that wouldn't normally have access to live music or be able to pay a ticket price to
Yes.
attend a show.
And Myra
So
took that picture.
the origin story of AV in the inner city is very
yes,
like
and that
accessible.
is a picture just down
Let's
the street from
bring
my
these
porch.
issues
like
to the
if I would,
forefront
like, you
and
could see
sing
the
about
window
those.
behind me
It's not
out
all
that window into the
sing
left
about happy
is
things
a grocery store.
and
It has a big mural on it, and that's the mural.
no offense to the Spice
on
Girls.
one side, and
Well,
the other side does not
especially
actually
posh,
have
right? Because
our
then she's probably
logo.
out her.
But we got our graphic designer to put it on there.
You guys are much more talented than they are.
And
Whoa.
the shopping
Oh,
cart.
sorry. Did I
It's
step
a
over a
shopping
line
cart.
here?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry about that.
kind of
Yeah.
it's one of these things that you don't really see.
There you go. I
What's
said
that?
things before to put my foot in my mouth, and yep, it does go viral.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Is there some significance to the artwork on you
one
guys'
side.
latest LP?
Yeah, and so like that is, and that grocery store is like
Nice.
a
I did.
very big kind of epicenter of the neighborhood because it's the main grocery store, and of course everybody needs to eat. So there's a little strip mall there that has a whole bunch of amenities, and it's one of the main reasons that there's so many people walking by my house all the time is to go there and back and forth from the bus stop, but also on the other hand, on the other side of the street, if you turn that way, there's a whole bunch of shelters, and it's also called Church Street. It's that's the name of the street, and it was named that because of the vast amount of churches on one street. I think at one point, and maybe even still,
It's a street art
in the
mural.
Guinness Book of World Records for having the street that has the most.
Sorry. We did the
places of worship
interrupting
on
thing
the
again.
world.
Sorry. It's a street art graffiti mural,
And
right?
There
So
are a lot.
I don't think anyone was commissioned to put the
Protestant.
mural in there, but
There's a First Nations church of all kinds of branches of that. And then there's also in the area, there's a lot of mosques and quite a few Buddhist temples. There's a Buddhist temple just a little bit further down the street. And so, that's partly a reflection of the diversity of the neighborhood, but also what I was saying before about a religion in the West, in a lot of cases, becoming quite secular, but the traditional combination of food kitchens and charity, that is one of the reasons that this is also called the shelter district, often in this neighborhood, has traditionally been where charities and NGOs come to aid the poor and the homeless. And but of course there's a lot of colonialism wrapped up in that, and a lot of I think troubling and difficult histories with that. So it's a pretty crazy backdrop, I guess, to be living in and making music in. And so the mural and this making a picture of that, for the people that were coming every week to the porch concerts, they'll definitely recognize it and be able to, and just everyone in the neighborhood will immediately know where that is. And I kind of wanted to just put significance to a place that wasn't the amazing architectural churches and stuff, but kind of like more of a congregating place where there's food that isn't just hammy handouts, but you know, a place where people come. Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you want a little anecdote about that right after that? Well, so because right around when I was like, you guys, we need an album cover. We're making this album's coming out. We should have a cover. We obviously, and I didn't really know what to do. And Myra's like, how about this? And I was like, yes. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes. So we went with that. And then not very many days after that, I was standing in my front yard talking to this guy who's doing some renovation work in my basement, and he was just about to leave, and I was leaning over the fence talking to him, and we saw this sort of like some people shouting and yelling down the street, which is pretty common around here. But then it really escalated really fast, and we basically witnessed an attempted homicide, like a guy that would have, had this guy not quickly ran over there and intervened, definitely this person would have been beaten to death, and he already was knocked unconscious with blood gushing out of his head, and it was pretty gruesome and pretty visceral experience.
Yeah.
And so that was right before we were supposed to have our annual porch concert, because we still have now we don't do porch concerts every week because we're way too busy doing concerts not on the front porch, but we were scheduled to have our annual one, and I just was like, I don't know if this is, I mean, that could have happened anywhere, and the sad thing is that it happens regularly all over the neighborhood, but it just kind of was literally close to home. So I had already been in talks about moving the porch concert down the street to an actual public building, and so that's what we did. But so the things that we're faced with, I guess, in this neighborhood are things, because I just want to mention, like, where this exact attempted homicide happened is right in front of the house of this very young family that's a 2-year-old who luckily wasn't looking out the window just then. But the kids in this neighborhood are sort of subject to things that the leadership of our province and city and country probably would never be okay with subjecting their own children to. So all of that sort of tied up in the front cover, somewhat inadvertently now. No, and kids do, like, they really do, and like right now, like my neighbors that have lived across the street from me for ages, they came all the way from a South African country, Burundi, as refugees to Canada, and they've already witnessed like gunshots and had bullet holes in the place where they had to take the bus. And so you kind of wonder, like, what's the Canadian story that we're telling to people, like, come to this great country but live here in this neighborhood with problems that have really nothing to do with them. So that's what's kind of going on as well. So there's an endless amount of things to write about, of course, with that kind of all that stuff going on. Like, I could write about it lifetimes. But yeah, not all of the subjects are very light. But at the same time, so that's where, when it comes to the music and it comes to what we're trying to do, is that
it's a good point. I mean, that's
whether it's those topics or other ones that our society is facing.
No, not ever.
There's a lot of
especially a little
stuff,
kid.
but music itself is still really a quite powerful, uplifting, and positive gift that we have. So, we really celebrate that while not turning a blind eye to the struggles that our society also faces. I'm now done again.
Yep.
I think good if you create good sounds, they do just by default
Yeah.
create feeling.
Yeah, needless to say.
Like honestly, okay, so this neighborhood is so riddled with drug problem and the opioid crisis, as Myra mentioned. And all those drugs are very enslaving and exploit people and ruin their lives and the lives of people that love them. Music also changes how you feel, and that's what people take drugs for. You feel like this and you want to feel like that, so you take them, whether it's painkillers or uppers or downers or whatever, right? So music also has that incredible ability. That's why we listen to it. The music that makes us feel intensely the feeling that we're looking to feel, whether it's to go out dancing or to be melancholy or to be happy or whatever the mood that we're looking for. There's songs for it. There's performances for it. There's
okay. Well, I was going to say ask
and
about your songwriting, like from personal experience.
Whenever
that's
I'm
what
in the
you just
studio
sort of
or in writing
lit
or
on.
at any
So I
point or
wanted
arranging or
to
any
go
point
into
process,
if you're
the cool
when you do
thing
create,
that
are you
I'm
chasing a
is
sound
whatever the mood
or are
is
you
of that
chasing
song
a
is to be
feeling?
able to its most strongest drug. I mean, that potential of that mood. And if somebody feels nothing, then I've failed. Like then it's a placebo. And I say that about our performances too. Like when we're having rehearsals, I'm very, very sorry, always sort of making sure we talk about dynamics and those kind of things that make the performance of the music give people the most intense feeling of the song as possible, whether it's the groove or whether it's the sad emotional song or whatever. And so I think music is sounds are just sounds, but sounds that make you feel something is music. So that's the bar that I've set for myself and for the group. I'm not done. Yeah, but go for it, Myra. It's all yours. The floor is yours.
I'm just trying so hard not to interrupt because I know we do it so bad all the time. I really lean into the like I said, the 6-part harmonies that happen.
Yeah, and that brings us right back to
one
how we
particular
started, because
moment that really stands out for me is during our
thing
performance this year at the Edmonton Folk Fest.
from my couch. My song.
Someone in the audience took a
you should do that.
wonderful
That's what
video of
everyone's
us,
doing.
and
Jump on the bandwagon.
the stage that we were on kind
I
of
was like,
goes
oh,
to a little bit of a peak, so it was like very cathedral-y.
I was
cathedral-like.
so
And
not
she started
interested in doing that.
the reel from the
Because,
top and
well,
then kind
A,
of
as you know,
panned
the
down
fidelity or
to us while we were where we were all standing in a row singing this harmony. And I remember that moment on stage and being able to relive that again, watching the video. It made all the hairs on my body stand up. It was very like I said, very cathedral-like, very gospel-like, and it's those moments when we can create that harmony. It just it hits a certain vibration, and you can tell that the audience feels it. There's something to be said about live music,
but the third
for sure, when we're able to bring
like Myra was
bring the
saying,
energy
you feed off the energy of the audience,
of the music and the message out into the audience that's there.
congregational and leader
That's
back and forth. Like,
that's
the
the
whole
kind of
tradition
sound
of
I
it.
think we're looking for, is
that
that connection with the audience, whether it's
can't really
it's
do that
recorded, but mostly
live streaming. It's kind of
in a live show, being
Um,
able to work with that
So I was like,
feedback from the audience.
I would rather just not do
Um,
that and go. There's real
yeah.
people right on the other side of the wall of this house, like right there.
And work
Like,
and
I prefer real people. So that's how it all started, and yeah, and so that's kind of a big part of why we do what we do. What's Tube Fest?
Mhm.
Oh, that was okay. So there's I don't know, in Edmonton there's a really big, really nice auditorium called the Jubilee Auditorium, on the campus of the University of Alberta.
Mhm.
And they were doing a festival last summer, a summer in recent memory, where they invited us, among other people, to sing at their. Oh, and they're renovating, so they're. It's very weird because there's this huge auditorium, but they had our concert facing with our backs to the auditorium and had just a smaller audience the other way because they were renovating them. And we did sort of an intimate concert with the backdrop of this huge like place. And yeah, it's interesting that you would ask about that.
Mhm.
It's not a festival of jujubes, just to be clear. Although that would be cool. Yeah.
Nice.
See?
Makes sense.
yep, sure does. What's Jube Fest?
You heard it first here on
Tube Fest.
Dawg and Gus. And a plumber. Edmonton, City of Edmonton, first female plumber. That's in there. Yeah, it is like, you can go on and on. We definitely have, when Myra said diversity, I think no matter how you describe it, from our ethnical backgrounds or our career backgrounds or our life experience backgrounds or like our age differences or you name it, where diversity, like, no matter how you slice and dice it, like, you can't say we're not a diverse group because you can't.
I'll throw out a shocker once in a while.
And
That's what we do.
maybe.
We're trying to, like, we're podcasters,
not-
so we're trying. Yeah, we're getting the meat and bones there.
Yeah, it's digging deep. Oh man,
We should do a juju
I would have heard
fest.
about that.
yeah, or a gummy bear festival or something. Yeah, because you
I
mentioned
like the sours. I like the sour ones.
Okay,
Yeah. Sour.
Yeah.
sour jujubes. Sour gummies.
Yeah. Do you want to follow up, or do you want me to go?
No, I got it. Yeah. I'm curious about, like, as you had in your write up there, you're made up of 6 singers, and the things I picked up on out of that was a pickle company owner and an ESL teacher. So, like, it describes how the differences and just the wide range of folks you have in the band.
That says something for sure.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nice.
Liver and onions. Wow. You heard it first here on Dawg and Gus. We went from Juju Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Personified.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to deliver placentas. Surprise! Yeah.
Could you allow? Could
And
you,
babies.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, was there a baby attached?
deliver babies.
A placenta is a very healthy thing. I know that that's very.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
before
wondering who's
this, I
ordering
was,
placentas to be delivered.
Oh, bro, I have once I had
That's what I'm
once
Yeah,
I
just
once I
just
had
get
kids.
dishes,
Once I had kids,
get a
it was like
placenta,
I
apartment
figured
floor
out
too.
the importance of a placenta was like a big topic of discussion. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's very important, Myra. Thank you for pointing
Yeah,
that out.
yeah, diversity for sure. I used to be a
Yeah.
doula in a former life, so
Cool.
Okay.
we all come from lots of different backgrounds. And at one point, I was picking up placentas
but now you know
from
how
people's home
different it is
births
when
and
you got all
hospitals,
female group.
and
I can't think of an all guy group.
carting
Did you
them
use
over
them?
to.
Probably with that.
I did not use them personally. I
Yeah.
just
But
put them
people
in.
sometimes
Actually
make
had
it
a
into a-
lunchbox.
Somebody makes
Yeah.
it into a powder
I'm
or
not
something.
surprised.
Yeah. They would get They would get steamed, and then they would get dehydrated,
All
and
right.
then pulverized
see.
and put into
Smoothies.
little
Actually,
smoothies.
no,
Yeah,
no, I'm
or
not kidding,
capsules.
bro. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. No, it's a real thing, bro. I'm telling you.
I've seen people
Never
do
knew
liver
this,
and
had
onions, not
kids.
in person, but
Yep. Oh yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Well, that's
yeah.
Oh,
that alone is not great.
How much
How do you like
time
your
we
liver and
have?
onions without?
I
placenta?
mean, yeah.
Oh
I
my
guess. I mean,
God.
actually, I saw that on a
See what I did
documentary
there?
once, so I haven't seen the liver and onions thing, but I have seen the smoothie happen.
Yes,
That's
Yeah.
never been an option of booster juice, though.
For
no, that's not a
me,
booster.
Oh,
Although it
There's
is
a whole bunch of
very much a
places.
booster. It is very
Oh.
much a booster.
Well,
There's a lot of really good
the
stuff in a
obvious
placenta.
places like
Just
There
saying.
is.
The,
London,
the,
There is.
the
whatever
woman's
that place
body
is
is
that's
a
famous in
magical thing.
London.
Let me just say that.
It
I'm
really
telling you
is.
right now. Yeah.
You know,
As
when
a
they're-
dude, let me
and
just
the-
tell you, as a
Thanks,
Yeah,
dude.
being the,
something
being,
Appreciate
yeah,
the
being,
support.
being,
Oh,
being the dad part of
Wembley.
it is not the same.
Yeah.
Let me just throw that out there. Yeah. My
Yeah.
sisters tried to
is,
tell
so
me,
you
but
have to go to that
Yeah,
place over
until he
there
had
in
kids, he had
the
to figure it
south
out for
of
himself.
here. To
Oh,
go there.
it's something. Yeah.
Let's get away from placentas for a minute.
it's been a very
Yeah, what
diverse
about both?
conversation.
It certainly has. It's we talk about placentas? Probably not. Yeah.
I would say it never happens. I would say that that's a conversation that doesn't come up.
No, probably not.
I've never brought it up, and I know a lot about placentas.
Mm.
I work with
You're
women
welcome.
for
I'm happy to be
Glad
here.
to help.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
Mark,
thanks.
You're
for
welcome.
allowing me to come into the group.
he's
I'll do
in.
it.
He's here all week.
I am actually.
I got one.
Okay, go.
A dream stage that you'd like to play on.
You would love it, am I
You can
right?
pick anywhere in the world
It's
that
very
you'd
small.
like to play.
You would love it.
Where?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm down with that. Yeah, for me, like even though I just said
as
these
much as
famous
you need.
places
As
that
much
are,
as you need.
but
Probably
I
2
also
minutes.
think it would just be really cool to play more festivals.
21
Like
minutes.
that's kind of I think our favorite thing, and also because we get to meet lots of other musicians and collaborate with them and share workshop stages sometimes, and that's we're just hang out and
Slow
learn,
down.
and that's really fun. Like yeah,
Just pick one.
and I like there's. Yeah, and you know,
nice.
you never know.
That's
You
the
never
one.
know. For me,
Yeah.
my
That's the
life
one.
music's
The one.
taking
The
me
London
a
place.
lot of places around
The famous
the world.
London
and,
place. That's the one.
I love going back to them.
Wembley?
Oh, you know, of course, you just
Carnegie
always
Hall.
want to go to a place
No.
I haven't been yet either.
Wembley Stadium,
And
but
my
Carnegie
kids have
Hall's
never
in New
been
York
to
City.
Central
is it not?
America
Yes.
or
Yeah.
Africa, other than a little quick stint in North Africa.
Right.
And Africa,
At least
of
it's
course,
New
is
York,
a-
though.
is
So,
so such a
No, go to
musically
England instead.
rich
yeah, definitely.
place that
Sure.
that's definitely
It's your answer.
to do
Sure, why
on the
not?
bucket list.
Yeah, let's do it.
Totally rock.
Let's do it.
Mira, what about you?
Um,
Where's the Mecca? Where's the place you want to go?
I don't have anywhere really in particular that I was thinking, but I've always wanted to see the music scene in New Orleans,
Yes.
and I think that
Well,
would be
here, I'll just say a couple
amazing
things, but Myra,
to
you're
go
welcome to say some stuff too.
to get onto a
Absolutely.
stage
Like-
there. I have a shirt
like
that I
down
got
on
from a
Beale
thrift
Street?
store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice girls at Edmonton.
Well, I have a shirt that I got from a
Inner
thrift
city
store
nice
called
girls.
it's from the Spotted
Yeah.
Cat Music Club, which I
Nice.
believe is down there in New Orleans. Yeah, I would love to go. We should go. Book it up,
Yeah.
man. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep. There you go.
Why not? Why not? I think that's lasting. Watch out. Watch out.
Yeah.
Blues Fest, Ottawa.
Well, you know, like I
Mhm.
think that we are kind of doing that with the legacy of the porch concerts of having like people
Mhm.
totally the whole neighborhood knows about them, and
Nice.
like whenever I'm in the front yard for any
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
even like
festivals
30
for
seconds,
sure.
people walking by, because there's like I said, it was people always walking by on my like constantly 24/7 of all walks of life, of people going to work who work downtown in their like work outfits, and people pushing shopping carts with all their worldly possessions in one cart, and then you'll see a Buddhist monk with all your dressed in orange with a shaved head, and then you'll see like down the street there's an Ethiopian restaurant where they're always having baptisms and weddings and people in their regalia, and you name it, you'll see it in a 24-hour period. You know, but every single person that happens to walk, not every person, but so many people like, so when's
Be
the
pretty
next
cool.
porch concert?
Yeah, it would be.
We're still doing the porch concerts, and it's like
What
definitely
kind of legacy
known
do
that
you
we do
think
that,
you want to
and
leave in your community through your work?
I think, I guess, what really happened with those concerts is they ended up being kind of a great equalizer, because there's people coming from
Well, I want to
really
be the
far
Spice Girls of
suburbs
Edmonton. Come on,
in
that's
fancy like neighborhoods in Edmonton,
You're them.
communities, and driving BMWs,
You've
who just would
you've
sit
been given
on the
that,
grass right next to some
moniker.
person
Yeah.
who
moniker
just
from the
I
Dawg
wanna do
and
that.
Gus Show.
with,
Filipino Spice.
you know,
There we
and then
go.
we'd just be watching the show
Yes.
I like it.
Placenta
both
spice.
for free.
Oh,
like
no.
there wasn't any sort of like you're in the back of the bus or you're in this part of the
Very-
airplane.
Sorry, I had-
You got, you know, like everybody
would be.
just
We have a couple
came
viral moments.
for the same reason, presumably, which is to enjoy
Oh my
music.
God.
And including with the
No, it's in my
performance, you
head.
had everybody from people off the streets performing, to Juno award-winning artists on the porch over the years. So, you know, going back to what Myra was saying about, especially our latest single, "Running Out of Places," kind of about, you know, how to get back to the fact that we're all just flesh and blood humans of the same like species, and that's that, you know, and all these other things are pretty. I think we're like more than 80%. That are 80% of our DNA is the same. So, all the focus is on the differences. You know, we sort of kind of get back to just, well, we're all people in this neighborhood doing our thing. So maybe that's kind of the legacy is trying to bring that realization through the very healthy drug that music is. Well, I don't know if we've done it yet, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's about Mara, you take this. Yeah. 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 We really dug into that brick of cheese.
Santa.
Yeah. Option anxiety. I pick. I always pick cool. I have to. Like, obligation. I have to. Yep.
Very good.
No, we've never
It's a great
stacked them
legacy.
placentas. Just to be
Absolutely.
clear, we
Absolutely.
Love that neighbor.
Yeah. Well, but it's a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
All right. I have a very thought-provoking
I trust
question
my
to
rule that
ask.
the ingredients are
Yeah,
not as
it's
valuable.
going to
as
dig deep. It's a
Oh.
very serious question.
It's not.
So now you know it's not,
Oh,
because when you finish when you finish a gig,
No, we did that already.
As long as
when you finish a
agree
gig,
that-
who decides where to go to eat?
Oh,
Okay, that sounds
oh
so. Like you're also.
gosh! If
I'm a
there's
dictator,
anything
you're a
open
dictator.
afterwards,
Cool.
man, we had a gig in a small. Should I call it a sleepy town? I'm gonna call it a sleepy town. We had a.
Well, apparently,
I'm not gonna name it,
I'm
but it was a small one, and
I'm an
we were
elected
out by I think
dictator.
11,
Let me.
and there were probably maybe 5 restaurants in the town. They were all closed.
Oh yeah, well that's definitely.
I don't think they even had skip the dishes from McDonald's available. So it's really like
Yeah.
what's available. I think that
Mhm.
night we had some crackers and cheese that the host made for us. So
that's solid though. Solid.
yeah, solid choice.
Yeah.
Solid choice. We have.
right.
Oh man, it's if we're out on tour and we're
we've done
staying
couple
at a
interviews with
hotel.
him. We did one.
It's
couple years
either
ago
are we going to eat
in his
or are
neck
we
of the
going to
woods
try
in
and slip
Vancouver
into the pool
Island.
before they shut it down.
And then he
So-
was up here in Edmonton for the Edmonton
And
Folk Music
anyways,
Festival.
you know,
So
if
we did a
Conundrum.
quick
there's a bit of a
interview
running
with
joke.
him,
Yeah, Anne always picks the pool.
in front of the CK
Yeah, there's a running
weekend.
joke for Anne that if there's a pool or a hot
That
tub,
seems like so long ago, but it really
she
was
will
only
slip in
2
the
months
last
ago?
5 minutes right
Possible.
before checkout.
Yeah, it's 2 months
That's
ago.
where you'll find her.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
really
I
the
mean,
legend, as
if
you
we're
probably
taking
know.
my van to go around local haunts
yeah.
for tours, then I
Yeah.
try and pack a cooler full of
Exactly.
snacks
So,
because I'm the quintessential mom delivering placentas, but not
Yep.
placentas this
I don't know
time.
what to tell you.
So
Not
we
snacks.
fill it with
No.
Same cooler though.
no placenta,
Same cooler.
just made, just homemade cookies and a couple of chip
Ooh,
varieties, you know.
Yep.
But
Oh yeah,
I like
that
that.
old thing.
Does
Who's in
Yeah.
charge of food with us?
It is pretty old
You.
now.
Yeah.
Like
I would
at
say.
least
Yeah.
people just
Have a bit
I mean-
repeating
more
other
palate.
people's moves. It's pretty.
well, no, he just
Original.
tells me this is where we're going, and then we go.
I'm not getting into politics. I'm
Even
just
though
saying,
I'm
they're
the
gonna
elder
have that
statesman
much power.
here.
Be creative.
Well, I just somebody's got to take the lead, or else no decision.
Not happening.
I wouldn't say that.
I would say he is not.
You think I'm a dictator?
a dictator. I'm thinking potatoes. I'm thinking potatoes.
I'd love potatoes.
I'm a big fan of potatoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe a fascist instead.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit harsh.
And because
Yeah. Seems to be a thing right now.
We're not
But we're
going
not
there.
going to go there.
No,
We
we
are
won't.
not. You know where I'm going to go?
We all agree it's okay.
You know where I'm going to go?
Renovations?
How was your time spent with Terry David Mulligan?
Nice one, dog. Good save.
Ooh, that's an
See,
Anne
it's not-
question.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah, the good thing about the 80s, well, the 80s is like just the bigger, the more, the better. It just seemed like the most like capitalist, like the pinnacle of just people, and including in production. So sometimes you're like, oh God, like what instruments are not on that track?
Mhm.
Is the shorter list, like, and just the overtopness of the,
Wow.
I guess,
Yeah.
just
Goes
where our
fast.
society was at in the West. I'm not
Mhm.
always a fan of
he's a pretty cool
production,
dude.
but for a while I had a band that did 80s covers, but as jazz tunes,
So-
like pop songs as jazz tunes. In a
What'd you guys talk
we
about?
took all the like pretty cheesy production.
What do you
out
mean?
of the
You can hear
snare
everything
that
we
had,
say.
Like 17 decibels of
Oh, you weren't
reverb
talking
on
to
it.
us.
No,
Sorry.
that's not.
Yeah, what did you talk about, Anne?
She fucking-
We're not going to
Yeah,
go
what'd
through
you
the
guys
interview
talk
with
about?
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the song somewhere underneath all of that glitz
Fascism.
was
Oh,
a song,
no.
you know, and then
Um,
you just unearth the very
That old
simple
thing.
song and be like, oh, that's,
I mean, yeah.
you know, when you
What's
just play that quite simply, it's a very nice song. Like they could, I never was a Bruce Springsteen fan, for example. But the songs, when you like take away the sort of 80s-ness of it all. Like some people love that E Street Band, like lots of
seriously, man, come on.
Be inclusive.
And
That would be nice.
I'm not a huge fan of that.
We
but,
ask everybody this question, and you can
there's
both
still
answer.
some really great
Obviously,
songs that stand
we
out in
ask
that
about
era.
2 decades
Prince
of
too,
music.
like sometimes you're like Prince, like
You can say your favorite
What
artist
were
one at a
you-
time too, if you'd like.
you were
But
clearly,
the 80s or the 90s?
just-
Which one would you choose?
but at the essence of of it all, it's like
90s for
quite,
me, for sure. Yeah.
like great
Yeah.
material.
I grew up on the divas, so
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that next level. Like,
I'm a
for
big
sure.
fan of Whitney Houston and
And I'm a huge
Mariah
Michael
Carey
Jackson fan.
and-
I can't. It's still nothing stands up to that. Like
all those
production
big belters.
and no performance
Some voices, that's for sure.
comes close to this
Make it
day.
sign.
Yeah.
Still.
Yep.
And
You could sing
so
a little bit.
that was in the 80s. So okay, I don't know. I'm not a huge grunge fan either. Sort of like the anti reaction, reaction to the big glitz and glam of the 80s seemed to be the grunge era of like, let's just wear pajamas on stage and not, and like, so that's an interesting reaction. Like, of course, a reaction to that, but not each man. I do like his writing, and I'm a Nirvana fan. A lot of the bands that were kind of like, I don't even think of him as a diva, but I really think that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I think it doesn't really matter the genre though when it comes to songwriters like that. Like people say, "Oh, I love reggae," but do they? I think they might love Bob Marley, which they should. Like one of the best writers of all time.
Prince. Come on, Prince.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Played all his own instruments too.
Yeah, he was incredible. Sure.
I'm a big fan of Prince. That's what. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, agreed. It's fair. Yeah.
So we split the vote.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. You didn't care for that diva Kurt Cobain?
Diva. I don't either. Don't worry. That's the whole point is why he said it.
That's why I said it.
Because I'm a huge Kurt Cobain fan, so that's why.
That's why I threw it in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody's referencing reggae and only knows Bob Marley, then they don't know reggae.
No, Peter Tosh, Buju Banton, like
Yeah.
I love reggae.
It's still a turd.
You can't polish a placenta.
Oh man, we're back to that again. Have you ever tried?
No, but Maya has. No, it makes sense. Like, I agree. I think songwriting is so important. Obviously, you're all great songwriters, so it's a, like you said, a Bob Marley song sung in a different type of genre would still be a great song because it has great lyrics and it has a great message and it's got great cadence and it's got all that stuff. So I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. He liked having placentas too. He had a lot of kids. That was an awesome.
He had a lot of kids. Oh my god. Yeah, lots of placentas.
Yeah. And on that note, yeah.
So what's next? What's the next?
That's it.
Well, I'm PP because I'm his podcast partner.
Yeah, I call him my PP
but I like this too. PP, the PPP,
yeah. The PP.
You down with the PPP?
Yes, you do. We'll have to credit you on that for sure.
Where's the next show? Tell people.
Oh, our next show. We don't have anything lined up for the rest of the year. I don't think. Hey, because you're going on tour, hey, and
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
That's a good
well,
excuse.
people should try and hire us out for a flash mob.
Side
Yep.
hustle. The side
Yep.
hustle. Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Do it.
Yeah.
I think it's still a thing.
I think so too.
Well, if it's not, bring it back.
Yeah, we can always
Sure.
bring it back. Well,
Let's
listen,
go.
thank you both for your time tonight and appreciate the conversation. It was fantastic. Just it was
Well,
it was
maybe
certainly
a couple.
it was diverse. We'll say that. Which is kind of the method here, right?
Representative.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep.
That's perfect. Well, just stay with us for a sec, but thank you very much.
Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus, Dawg and Gus.